Can I get a water or something? I'm so high right now, y'all. I'm about to go to sleep on y'all now. I ain't gonna tell you no lie.
Bro just said I'm so high right now, I'm about to fall asleep on you guys. He's got to be excused, right? There's no way the judge lets him continue on the stand, right? I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in my life. Days 44 and 45 of the Young Thug YSL RICO trial were ridiculous. Adrian Bean takes the stand and gets impeached by Brian Steele on cross-examination. We hear a jail call of Adrian Bean crying to his wife, and at one point he says he's so high that he's gonna fall asleep on the stand. This state witness has been a disaster. He's a liar, his testimony has been pointless for the past 2 weeks, and the jury should be livid. This trial is an absolute embarrassment. Hit subscribe, like the video, here we go. First look at Thug on day 44. Got a snazzy sweater on, and there's the legendary Brian Steele. I've been hearing Brian Steele's invited to all the cookouts. I see those comments a lot. And here's the legendary Adrian Bean, the infamous snitch from 2013.
So is it fair to say they try to block you in to stop you from leaving? Do you think that happened? I'm just asking. Come on, this everybody out there saying the police were trying to get you all to stop. Did you know those were police you were fleeing from?
At the point in time, sir, I didn't know because I did not see a uniform cop.
He didn't know they were police. Come on, bro. Detective Al Malik, or whatever his name was, had a uniform on and he was pointing a gun at them.
I didn't see no police officer.
Lie.
And you really cleared something up for me, the Thug, and I got to go out here and find a picture of this joker because it's important. I don't think he should get away with it if he was in the car. You're not making this up. Thug was in the car.
Yeah. I can't testify. I can't do nothing. You know?
All right, you ain't got to testify. That's on you.
Put me on blast.
I ain't testify. He's doing it now, 11 years later for a RICO trial. That is so ironic, isn't it?
But the other people involved, I mean, it sounds to me like Thug got you all involved. And I know you're a grown man and everything, but he came down here with an easy way to make money, it sounds like. And it went, who knew the police were going to be there? Y'all scared the shit out of the police too now. I don't think we don't get scared. We get scared too.
I can't tell you about Fred. I mean,
okay, what did he say anything?
Well, Fred,
because he had a chance to stay back at the trap.
No, Fred was on, he just coming home, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be not roused.
Apparently he told the detectives that Fred was the driver at some point. So this man was snitching on his close friends.
Let me go see if I can find this picture of this boy with the crazy hair. Look like a girl, I guess. So what? I'm gonna answer all your questions. Let me get this guy the picture.
I gave you everything.
You said his name was Jeff, right?
Yeah.
Let me look up something. I'll be right back.
He's helping this detective a lot, boys. This is A1 snitching right here. You about to point at a picture and say, yup, that's him with the crazy hair y'all thought was a girl. He's smiling. Thug's smiling. Oh, information I found about Lil Rod, by the way. He organized a jail uprising. He was accused of stabbing someone in jail, and he did this by essentially doing a prison uprising, is the quote I'm hearing. He got door locks popped open. Like him and Christian Eppinger went and did all this and organized all this in a jail to stab someone.
Me personally, me seeing the police, I would stop.
You sure?
Yeah, I would stop. I mean,
I would have stopped if I seen the police. Come on, bruh. This guy is lying through his teeth.
12 backed up in the Taurus. Now, I know who 12 is. You do too.
12 ain't backed up in no Taurus.
Listen to me. You already told me the car backed up the Taurus. It came from, well...
He's already quoted saying to his wife that 12 pulled up in a Taurus. Like, this motherfucker gave all the info over recorded jail calls. Like, how brain dead can you be?
Then you said 12 started shooting into the car. That's on the tape. You're talking to your wife and other dude. DK was shooting at 12. Why do y'all talk like that on those phones? So free. I mean... I don't understand that.
I mean,
he just said he made some shit up to his wife. That was the dumbass response. You got a detective basically saying, why are you snitching on yourself on jail calls? I would feel so stupid. I still don't think this is concrete evidence that Thug was there because this guy's a fucking liar. This testimony just can't be trusted. So it sounds like the detective is transferring him somewhere in a car and he let him call his wife on the phone for some reason.
Like I let him know that me and Dirty Red, we like family, you know what I mean? So that was the person that was going, you know what I mean, that was happening to, so, you know what I mean?
I don't even fully believe that, by the way. Like, he knew who he was robbing.
And I gotta get out here and find out what's up with Thug. Now, I'll be straight up with you. You're the one that pushed Thug in the car. I know who he was. Everybody think he's a woman. You cleared it up for me. He asked me who was a female. He look like, out of all y'all, he don't look like a little woman to me, if you know it.
Detective straight up just told him, you're the one that just snitched on Thug, by the way. Like, you're the one that put him in the car. We all thought it was a girl.
Y'all always cut me and Big Fred some slack, man.
The slack part is not my department. I turn it over to the DA because I can't make those decisions. I can't give any hope or benefit.
Y'all gotta cut me some slack. Hold on. He was begging a more lenient charge or sentence right there, essentially. Bro is a rat.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I give my cousin's name all the time. They don't know.
I give my cousin's name all the time to the police. This man is dirty, bro.
Cleveland Avenue is off the chain right now. All them young boys sit up there on videos, making videos all over the trap. They all over YouTube with everything. Every time we need somebody, you know what we do is we go to YouTube. Right, what the little fucking name? Okay, boom. Instagram, YouTube, all that shit. Not YouTube, but Facebook. Yeah, YouTube. They all want to show their pistols and they want to do this, they want to do that.
This detective basically said everyone on Cleveland Avenue self-snitching on the internet.
Sir, we heard Mr. Williams, number 197, exhibit number 197. Remember that, the Kroger?
I don't recall.
That was your voice on that recording as well?
I heard it.
After fleeing from the police, careening into the wall, running from the police, being struck by the police vehicle. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that. I don't remember nothing from 2013, sir.
So Brian Steele's essentially making him look like a liar right now. All this tape that we just heard over the past 2 days says otherwise than what he's saying right now.
Do you remember then crying to your wife or your voice sounding like it's crying? Do you remember that?
No, sir.
Brian Steele exposing his ass for crying on the jail call.
Do you remember explaining that one thing turned into another and Big Fred wasn't even supposed to be with us?
No, sir.
Do you remember explaining that Big Fred was in the vehicle? Remember police bullets came close to your head?
No, sir.
Saying that. Remember saying DK got shot in the leg?
I don't recall, sir.
So Brian Steele's doing a good job at impeaching Adrian Bean right now, making him look like he's a liar. He's told 3 different stories over the course of 10 years. Says he doesn't remember when he does. He remembered in January of 2023 with an interview with Brian Steele at that Kroger.
An inmate at Fulton County Jail. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
Goddamn shoulders getting up. There's things that's going wrong right now, I don't know, man. Shit crazy.
Bro is crying on the jail call. I mean, I know, I feel bad. Like, I feel bad just because he's like a human being. You're 32 years old, brother. You put yourself in this position. Like, it's hard to feel bad for this grown-ass man that's 32, right?
I ain't got no charges about that shit. It just got me what the shit that I done did. That's all. I should have went on and did the shit because I wouldn't even been shooting at nobody. They got nothing to shoot wild. Got there, shoot. So you're looking at it, dumbass. So let's shoot. Get in the car. He get in on my side.
12 was shooting at DK and he got in on my side. Bro was scared for his life.
I can hear it, but I still don't recall the conversation.
You did say that is your voice or you don't recall?
That's how I hear it, but I don't still recall the conversation. How long has that been? To listen to a call that I haven't heard a conversation of in so many years. I can hear what you're saying about have I heard it, but I still don't recall the conversation. I don't even remember the conversation. I don't remember nothing back in 2013.
Do you remember, according to Mr. Williams number 205, stating after your wife explained to you that information from the detective, they gave us a story to tell? Do you remember saying that?
I don't recall.
Okay. Did you hear it?
I heard it.
And you opted, which was fine, to go into Mr. Martin's car. Do you remember getting in a car with Mr. Martin and myself?
I don't recall, sir.
Do you remember sitting...
He doesn't recall that, right? Remember he was yelling at Brian Steele saying, remember our conversation we had on the front lawn before we went to the Kroger? So he does remember that because he remembers the conversation they had on the front lawn before they went to Kroger.
Do you remember me asking you, thanking you for meeting with us, and asking if I could play you 2 jail recordings from this time that you were in the Fulton County Jail?
No, sir.
And that's it for day 44. Judge asked for a 10-minute break, and they essentially ended the day after that because they started at 3:30 p.m., which was ridiculous. But yeah, now on to day 45. Doug got a red suit on in day 45. Interesting choice.
You stated they gave us a story to tell. Do you remember that?
I don't answer.
Oh, well,
Miss Love is deciding to object over a lot of shit today already.
I heard you say you
I
don't.
don't recall, sir.
Do you remember I wanted to play for you a second jail call?
Hang on, I'm going to object. This is that Kroger is not anywhere in this recording that we have, so I don't know what evidence he's doing.
I'm over the objection. Do you recall that in front of your home car, Investigator Martin's vehicle, that I wanted to play for you a second jail recording but couldn't get it to play?
I don't remember the conversation.
Maybe we needed Wi-Fi for me to be able to play that recording, and then we were going to go to a nearby place in your area that would have Wi-Fi, and that's how we wound up at the Kroger. Do you remember that?
I don't remember the conversation.
Do you remember Detective Quinn explaining to you, you and he are going to ride in his Taurus vehicle, and him telling you where it is? Do you remember all that?
You played it?
I'm going to object to my question. Ask and answer this on the basis for the playing of the entire.
This day is going to be so tedious and pointless. He's just saying, I don't remember and I don't recall to everything that we heard, essentially.
Remember being told that you have certain rights, like everybody, you did not have to speak with him. Do you remember that?
Objection, ask and answer. Threat.
I didn't ask it ever before. I didn't ask that question ever before.
You just said objection, asked and answered, and he never asked that. That's crazy.
On the 17th day of September of 2013, you had an agenda. Is that fair to say?
Argumentative. That's not evidence. Improper.
I'm going to sustain the questions if you can rephrase it, sir.
Your goal was to get out of jail and to get your blood cousin, Fred Prothro, out of trouble and out of jail. Is that true?
No, sir. Me and Predator are not again, sir.
That's
He's
fine.
not my cousin.
And that's one of your goals, right? September 17, 2013. Is that true?
No, sir.
Yes, it was. He even asked for a better sentence and charges.
Mr. Bean, do you hear your voice telling Detective Quinn, I don't believe in lying? Do you remember hearing that just now?
No, I don't know what I told.
You didn't hear that?
I don't know what I told.
That's why I'm letting them know that I don't really know what's going on. Everything happened so fast. You remember hearing that?
I heard it. I don't remember the conversation.
And the them is from 6 days before when you spoke with law enforcement. True?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen a report of you speaking with law enforcement on the day of this incident, September 11, 2013?
I don't remember.
Of your conversation with the authorities, whomever, at the hospital on September 11, 2013.
And Your Honor, that's where I'm going to object. Because,
Basis.
again,
What's the basis?
assumes facts that are not in evidence.
It's literally on recording. It's not assuming facts, not in evidence. I hate her, dude.
It's what
And,
Mr.
and Your Honor, I'm going to object because based on what Mr. Steele, the recording Mr. Steele provided me, that is not what is being said.
That is exactly what's
It's
said.
not.
I'm going to sustain the objection, Mr. Steele.
Your Honor, Mr. Bean just said it, 1417. That's why I was letting them know I really don't know what's going on. The them, I'm asking the witness if he has heard anything, seen anything. That's my question. I'm not assuming any fact. I'm asking.
I'll overrule that objection. You can ask him that question.
All this happening in front of the jury too. The jury probably hates the state, bro.
And just then, you're telling Detective Quinn you went around a police or the car. You remember that?
I heard something you just played. I still don't remember the conversation.
That is a lie, right?
Your Honor, I'm going to object to the question, argument, badgering.
Is that a truthful statement that you did not ram that police car?
I don't remember.
Now,
This is so pointless, bro. Probably the worst state witness I've ever seen.
the name of the detective or the other officers who interviewed you at the hospital on...
Objection, Your Honor, that's not in evidence.
It's
There's no
on.
interview at the hospital.
It's on.
She just keeps objecting, saying facts aren't in evidence, when he does have a recording where Adrian Bean says he talked to detectives in the hospital. and that recording is in evidence. It's a little confusing here.
You remember the name of the detective or detectives or officers or authorities that you interviewed with or interrogated by on September 11, 2013?
I don't remember.
Do you remember?
It'd be hard for me trying to remember conversation stuff, so I don't remember.
Why would you put an innocent party as the driver of that car that almost killed a police officer?
Bro snitched on his good friend Fred.
Sir, do you remember explaining that you told a few bullshit lies? Ain't gonna keep shit with you. I'm gonna keep it all the way live, man. You hear that?
I don't remember.
Did you tell the detective on September 11, 2013 that there were 3 people in that car?
I don't remember what I told. I don't remember.
You also say later that you jumped a fence. They all have razor wire.
Objection again, that is not facts that are in evidence.
I stand objection. I stand objection.
They all have barbed wire.
I mean, it is kind of a good point that in these evidence pictures, there's barbed wire. It'd be pretty hard to jump over those without a blanket or whatever. There's that technique that you put like a big tarp over top of the damn barbed wire.
Gentlemen of this jury, how Jeffrey Williams, with you following, jumped over a fence with razor wire.
I sustain the objection.
I mean, Brian Steele's doing what any lawyer would do here and pick out a little detail that could get in the jury's heads.
Any person, since you're observing it allegedly, is climbing those type of walls or fences that are lined at the top with razor wire. Can you explain it?
I think Mr. Steele is intentionally saying razor wire.
I sustain the objection, Mr. Steele.
Barbed wire. Can you explain that to the jury?
I don't remember. I don't know how tall I am. You have to put out the measure tape for me to stand beside, so I don't know.
Who doesn't know how tall they are? Like, come on, bro.
I don't know my height.
Okay. A man who is 6 foot 8 inches tall, 350 plus pounds, sitting in the front passenger seat. How much room, if you observe, next to you in the front passenger seat, and you put a 6 foot 3 inch skinny man behind him? You realize that?
I don't remember.
They were packed in that bitch. Holy hell. Brian Steele's casting doubt on them being able to fit on the same side of the car, essentially, in a Nissan Altima.
How much room was there between the front passenger seat, where you put Mr. Prothero sitting, and the rear passenger seat where you put Mr. Williams sitting?
I don't remember.
And you also had the agenda to get a deal for Fred Prothero.
I sustain the objection, Mr.
Why? Tell the jurors why you asked for slack for yourself from Detective Quinn.
Bro is asleep.
I still don't recall, sir.
What does slack mean to you?
I still don't recall, sir. I don't remember the conversation, sir.
Let me tell you something, man. I give my cousin's name all the time. They don't know. Trust me. Remember saying that? Hearing that just now.
I don't recall, sir.
Tell the jurors why you give your own cousin's name to the police when you get in trouble.
I don't recall, sir.
You ever think of what that does to your cousin?
Objection, Your Honor.
I sustain the objection.
You agree with me that that's a very evil thing to do.
Objection, Your
I
Honor.
sustain the objection.
And I asked you, the authorities, the police, the prosecutors, I just made it broad, that they forced Jeffrey Williams into it. Do you hear you say that?
Man, can I get a water or something? I'm so high right now, y'all. I'm about to go to sleep on y'all now. I ain't gonna tell you no lie.
Yes, you may. We can take a break. Hang on.
Bro just said I'm so high right now I'm about to fall asleep on you guys. He's got to be excused, right? There's no way. There's no way the judge lets him continue on the stand, right? I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in my life. What a terrible witness for the state, bro. I wonder what Thug thinking after hearing the state witness say they're too high to testify.
Let the truth be told. I told you straight up that I wasn't even coming to get on this stand and testify, period.
And I told you need to come to court and follow lawful procedure, right?
We had no more conversations after that. I told you I wasn't coming. I even told me, love, I didn't want to do this.
Cross-examination is done on Adrian Bean, apparently.
Let me ask you this. Was Thug in the room with you when you made that recording that we heard with Detective Quinn?
I don't recall, ma'am.
Have you ever been in a room with Thug while you spoke to a police detective?
No, ma'am, I don't recall.
So is it no ma'am? Or is it that you
No, ma'am, I ain't never been in a room with no detective.
Okay. And do you know who Yak Gotti is?
No, ma'am.
So have you ever been in a room with anyone by the name of Diamante Kendrick while speaking to a police detective?
No, ma'am.
When they asked you permission to record, what were they using to record your conversation?
I overrule the objection.
What were they using to record your conversation?
I don't remember.
Do you remember whether or not they started and stopped that recording while speaking.
Mr. Steele, you cannot comment. That is improper. Sir, that is improper. That is improper. You're not examining this witness at this point in time. Sir, please be quiet. Sit down. Sit down, sir. Do you have an objection, Mr.
And while you were speaking with Mr. Steele and his investigator, did Mr. Steele tell you what to say when you came in here today?
Mr. Steele, you got. I'm sorry. Mr. Steele, you cannot.
How is she allowed to say that? Isn't that her assuming facts, not evidence, that Brian Steele could have told him what to say? She objected to the same thing that Brian Steele was leading to earlier, essentially. She got it sustained, but he's getting overruled by the judge. The judge is clearly biased here.
There's no good cases to ask.
I'm going to overrule the objection.
Yeah, it's assuming facts aren't in evidence.
And I'm overrule Mr. Steele's objection.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm overrule your objection. Anybody else?
He just said assuming facts not in evidence, it should have been sustained. How was Brian Steele's objection overruled earlier, but hers isn't?
Did you tell anyone with the district attorney's office that Mr. Steele told you what to say when you came to court?
I don't recall, ma'am.
Was it you or was it Mr. Steele who said, did you tell the police, it is on recording, that Jeffrey Williams was involved in an armed robbery because the police told you to say that so you would get out of trouble? Is that the reason? Was that you or Mr. Steele saying those words?
Objection, Your Honor. Compound question.
All of those words together.
I'll sustain the objection. Just break it. Mr. Schardt, do you have an examination? You got up, you didn't say anything.
Wait, what? I thought cross-examination was done. Why is Max Schardt? You just did redirect. Okay, this is out of order.
My name is Max Schardt. I represent Shannon Stillwell. You were wearing a navy blue jumpsuit issued by the Fulton County Jail, correct?
I don't remember what I was wearing.
Okay. Detective Quinn picked you up at the jail, correct? At the jail, you wear Fulton County issued navy blue jumpsuits, correct?
I think they gave you some clothes to wear, but I don't remember what I was wearing at the time.
And you wanted to get that navy blue jumpsuit off of your body, correct?
I don't remember.
You wanted out of jail, correct?
I don't remember.
You answered that you can't remember any events that happened in the year of 2013. That was a lie, correct?
No, sir.
Yeah, it was.
You've testified that you do not remember going to Grady Hospital on the evening of September 11th, 2013. That is not the truth, is it?
My testimony, I don't remember that from 2013, sir.
You testified yesterday that you did not realize that jail calls are recorded. That was a lie, correct?
I don't recall.
You testified on March 4th to Mr. Steele that you could not remember the conversation that Mr. Steele or you and Mr. Steele had at the Kroger on January 22nd, 2023. Your testimony that you did not remember that meeting was a lie, correct?
Characterization of the witness lying and using the lie. He's badgering the witness.
I'm not badgering the witness.
The form of the question.
I sustain this as a form of question. You
That was-
are badgering him, so.
That was not the truth, was it?
I don't recall, sir.
You did not recall if you knew a man named Frederick Prothro or Big Fred. That was not the truth, was it?
I don't recall, sir.
Mr. Bean, is the indictment in evidence that shows your name and Mr. Prothro's
Objection,
name?
Your Honor. That's been answered and it is
Has not been asked. I haven't finished my. The state is standing behind.
Wait a second. Let me just finish your question.
She's objecting before he finishes his f***ing question. Think about how insane that is. Miss Love just crosses the line way too much when shit's not going her way. They're pointing out lies.
Is that some sort of forged document?
Objection, Your Honor. He has no foundation.
I'm asking him a question.
It's not relevant. Your
It's
Honor.
not relevant. I'll sustain the objection.
His credibility is very relevant.
I sustain the objection. I'll move on.
All right.
Apparently to Judge Glanville, a witness's credibility is not relevant, boys, in a trial where the witness is taking the stand in front of a jury.
When you said you were asking for some slack from Detective Quinn, you said you can't recall. That was a lie.
Objection, Your Honor. Same thing.
That's the answer. I sustain the objection.
Mr. Schardt right here is cooking though, low key.
Your good friend who had just been released from jail be the driver of that car when you first talked to the police.
Objection,
Isn't that
Your
true?
Honor. Ask the answer.
I'll sustain this as a form. You can break it down.
Did you give your very own cousin's name when you were arrested, sir?
I sustain the objection.
You've testified for 6 days, isn't that correct? Over the last 2.5 weeks.
I don't even remember how long I've been up here.
You have completely wasted the time of these
Hey,
jurors.
Mr. Schardt, stop.
He said you have completely wasted the time of these jurors. Well, the state wasted the time the last 2 weeks, essentially. This trial is an embarrassment. Taxpayers in Georgia should be livid. I don't see a guilty verdict getting put in. Apparently, also, too, there's rumors of this trial could last until 2027 at the rate it's going right now. Yes, 2027. What jury's going to be around for that long? Comment down below what you guys think. Like the video, subscribe. I'm on Twitter and Instagram. Love you, boys. Thanks for the support. Appreciate you guys.